Hello and welcome back to an unexpected quest. Happy New Year. I've been away a bit longer than I planned. I went to see some family, I got ill and didn't really have time to record anything, but now I have. Welcome back. Let's see what I've done. Now you'll see there's a lot more chests. I've done a bit of digging, done a bit of sort of modifying the landscape, and I've picked up a lot of crap. I've taken down the tree, the giant tree, yeah. Finally, we've got all the resources from there. Last episode I put a chest down here. I will admit I had to cheat to get rid of that. I've got it in my hand here. I'm going to put it in the chest now. I have no idea how to pick that up. I tried a few different tools. I read it on Wikipedia. There's no way of knowing. What else have I updated? The kitchen. Yeah, I've added some little cupboards. These things are pretty cool. You can open them. I'm hoping to go into Pam's Harvest Craft at some point, and I think putting the tools in here will be a good way of storing them away from all the clutter that is my chest in the other room. As we're on the subject of tools here, look at this. I've upgraded these tools. You'll notice these two now have moss on as well. I've added all the redstone to them. I managed to pick up quite a bit of that, which means moss heals them, so this one's a bit damaged. It will slowly regenerate health, which is cool. Redstone speeds it up, and the diamond gives it that extra ability to dig extra good stuff. I've also done some modifying outside of the house. I've got this little trapdoor, and this is really cool. Check this out. Yeah, how cool is that? Under there at the moment is just a hole, which we've now fallen into. Brilliant. Yeah, and that is because over here I want to add an elevator and add sort of an underground bunker area to the entire place. Hopefully we'll do that in the next couple of episodes. I've got to look into the mod a bit more. It's always pretty good, but it's a bit complicated to start. We need some TNT. I'll explain more when we get there. The farms are pretty much on full capacity. There's a little bit of space. I want to expand these over to the large field over there. Probably using some ancient warfare farmers. I'll go into that more in a different episode. I have loads of plans. None of the ones that I've said today are today's plan. For that, we need to look at the clipboard. Now I've repaired my tools, I've upgraded them, I've shown you them. I want to do a thermal recycler, and I'll explain that in just a bit. I've just been reminded, these things over here, I planted down the, whatever these things are called. I forgot completely. I don't know how to pronounce that. These greens, I've planted these greens out, and to do this, you get a green from the land, put it in your inventory, and you get seeds back. And then you plant these, and with these you will get a lovely green, a golden green, or like one of the normal ones which you can replant. And these are for chocobos, obviously. And if we go over to the chocobo pen, the temporary chocobo pen, you'll notice I've got two other people. I'm just waiting for the right green to pop up, and I should be able to breed these guys and hopefully get new colours. There's Terrence. Terrence is the male there. The other two are female. Right, so after that really long introduction, let's get started on today's plan. I didn't want to go too much into detail of what I've been up to, but I've done quite a lot while I've been away. It's been a large gap. So what we need is one of these things, a thermal recycler. It's a bit of a build, some gears in there, some machine frames, a lot of faffy bits, but we've got a lot of the materials already, so it should be alright. And the reason I want this is, if we take a look at this setup over here, I've been taking the wood, taking the bark from the redwood and burning it in here to get charcoal, and then I've been filling this up with charcoal, which is powering my hydrogen, and filling these tanks. I've got a few spare tanks over here as well, just filling them up with gas so we don't waste anything while this is going. Basically what the recycler is going to do is take any crap that we have no idea or have too much of, such as cobblestone, and that's going to turn that into a material that we can burn, called scrap, I believe. So when I type in scrap, you notice everything comes up, and I believe that's because everything has a scrap value. I'm hoping that's what it used to mean on a different mod pack. I'm hoping that it's the same on this. Anyway, let's get started on building the thermal recycler, because it's not the only thing I want to do today. But yeah, let's do the bottom row first. So the copper gears are pretty easy. I just need some copper. I've not got enough there, but that's fine. Got some of that there. Also, iron, I think it was. We always need iron for these builds. Iron is so overused. So we need a couple of copper. Let's put a couple in. We've got plenty of lava. Got a big storage over here. Oh, it's gone down actually. Oh, it's all in there, it's fine. Once we've got that, we're also going to need to build a redstone thingy, whatever they're called. We've definitely got gold somewhere. Just grab one of them for now, and redstone, I'm sure I've got some. Now I've just seen something there, but I want to show you something actually. If I go onto my too many items and double click, you notice my inventory blacks out. And if I type in redstone, for example, which is what we're after, nothing's highlighted. Now if we go into the chest where we've just seen it, you'll see that the things are highlighted. So if I'm ever looking for something again, it should be easier. And that's just by double clicking on the type box. Little tip for you, if anyone plays with this mod pack, pretty good. Let's quickly drain out some of that and get on with building. So the first thing we need is our redstone cell thing, which we've got. Let's just add what we have left onto here. And we have 2 copper gears. So next up, I'm going to do the top row, which was just pistons and a strong box. That's pretty easy. The strong box is tin and a chest. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all we need. We've got some more over there. And I'll start with the pistons. This down the side. Wood across the top. 2 of them. There's our 2 pistons done. Now we quickly need to build a chest. Add the chest down. Tin in. 1 strong box. Finally, let's do the middle section, which is battle wrenches and machine frame. So the first thing I want is a tin gear, which was same as the copper, but we tin. 1 tin gear. Next up we need the iron in the corners, and finally we just need that glass, which is cooking away. While that is doing that, let's look at the battle wrenches. Invar and a crescent hammer. The crescent hammers we've made before, they're pretty easy, that's fine. But the Invar, now how do we make Invar? That's right, we need an Invar blend, which is what exactly? Iron and ferrous. Okay, this all depends on whether we've got any ferrous, whether we dug any up, because I'm not sure that we have. Oh, we have, great, so we've got 6 of that. Alright, so that's great. So I've got some ferrous here and some iron. Luckily we had some in the chest. Now I could make a blend using the pulverizer and all that stuff, but I believe the smeltery here will do it for us. So I'm just emptying out the rest of that copper. I think there was 6 in there. And I'm going to go ahead and just make, say, 3. And 3. You know what, let's go a bit more. Let's do all the ferrous. Hoping this works. So I'm going to leave that to it while I finish off the recipe here. I've got my glass, and I'm going to add that in everywhere else. And that gives us our machine frame. Before we need that Invar, we actually need 2 crescent hammers. So I'm going to add these tin to this iron, and that should give us enough for 2. Alright, that's great. Don't really need nickel, but maybe the measurements were sort of a bit out there. We have got quite a bit of Invar out of that, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed here, that we've got enough to build what we need. We need 1, 2, that's 4, 12 I need by looks of it, so 18, yeah, there's plenty here. That was just weird math there, if anyone was wondering what I was doing. And let's make those Invar gears. Great, we've got 2 of them, and I'm hoping this is right. Yeah, battle wrench, sweet. Alright, so we've got all the materials. I'm going to go ahead and press the question mark, which will show us where to put everything. Yeah, little neat trick there for you. Full of them today, aren't I? I've definitely not been reading up or remembering things I used to do. And we have our thermal recycler. Sweet. Now the thermal recycler will need power, so we're going to have to build a generator. I'm more worried where to put it down, because we've definitely run out of space. Let's go ahead and just put it next to the generator for now. First thing I'm going to do is try and find some useless materials that we don't need. Something that we have no idea or no use for. For example, chocobo feathers. We have quite a lot of them. We have an endless supply of them with all our chocobos, and we definitely don't need them. So let's go ahead and place them. Oh, not my glider, not my glider. Oh, damn it. Damn it, my glider. Looks like I'm going to have to remake a glider at some point. Anyway, chocobo feathers in. Now you'll notice what happens is sometimes you get recycling debris, sometimes you don't, sometimes you're out of power. This is going to need a bit of power to sort of hold it, but eventually it will become renewable because it will power itself with the materials that we get. Anyway, if we take what we've got there and we press U hovering over it, you'll see once we get 9 we can make a block of scrap, and a block of scrap will burn for 2,000 ticks. Now if we take a bit of wood, for example, that only burns for 300, Charcoal, I have no idea where there's some. I think it's some in the kitchen actually. So charcoal only burns for 1,600. If you do a bit of maths, the amount of coal or charcoal that we put into the generator completely is fine with the amount of scrap that we get back. So it is a lot better doing it this way. We just need the power to get started with. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a thermal recycler ticked off the list. Right, so the next thing on the list is factory blocks, and I will admit I did this between episodes. If we take a look over here, the entrance to the what will become the vault, the mine. Actually, it's more of a vault than a mine. You notice these cool bricks here. Now, these are all the same brick, would you believe it? Just used in the chisel mod to give you a load of different textures. And I believe these are iron and cobblestone, so really cheap to make as well. If I just quickly type in factory block, you'll see all of these are the same texture, just used in the chisel mod, so pretty cool. And that recipe, you have to go into the first one, it is stone and iron, really cheap. You get 32 at a time, and I've only used a couple here, so we've got plenty more in storage somewhere in the chests, so I think we can tick that off. So also on the list is windmills. I want to put a few along here, have a little bit of a wind farm going on amongst what will become the orchard, and that's mostly to power the stuff that's going to be in the vault, so I don't really want to be going into that just yet. Radiant lamps, I found these really cool radiant lamps, these things here, but we've got nowhere near the right materials to do that just yet, so we'll leave that. I think you might even have to go to the nether for that sort of stuff, which we haven't gone to yet. Maybe one day, maybe. Breed the chocobos, sure, that's on the horizon. We're waiting for the right mixture of stuff in here. Let's take a look actually, see if we get lucky on any of these. So let's just plant a few more of these since we've got the seeds, and take a look at what we got. We got 6 more. See, no good. It's pretty hard to get what we need. I'm just going to replant some more of these. We've got enough room. So we go. I've filled up the rest of the farm with these greens. Didn't get lucky just yet, so we can't breed them. What else is on the list then? Ancient warfare and remove the hill. So the hill I'm on about is this one here. You might remember it from the first couple of episodes. Obviously getting rid of it's easy enough. I just dig it up. But actually getting rid of the colouring is what I want to do, which I think's Thorncraft, and I have no idea. So the only thing left on the list is Ancient Warfare, and I suppose we can get started with that today. It's not too hard, and we can probably have enough room in the house. So we've not got much time left, so I'll only really just get into the start of this Ancient Warfare stuff. And to begin this mod, really, you need the research book, I think it's called. So let's see, research, let's see, yeah, here we go. So we need a research book and a research station. The book and the station, not hard to make at all, so I'm going to quickly just make them and get started. Well, I said this wasn't going to be hard, but that was if I had any of the materials. I'm literally just short of everything, so I've got enough iron to make the book, but not the station as well, so I'm going to have to go get some of that. I've not got enough leather by the looks of it. I might have some elsewhere. And paper, we're out of paper, which means I need to go over to my farm. Man, this is mostly the reason why this series is called an unexpected quest, because you can be playing around, doing whatever, and then bang, you've got an unexpected quest that you didn't think you were going to go on, but you are. I think actually I've got some, yeah, I've got some iron, 1 piece of iron in here, which I can't get out. Damn it, I'll have to just crank it. This thing, I don't think I've shown this in action yet. You just literally stand here and crank. It's kind of boring, but you get the dust. You get the dust that you need. So this station will open up a load of different things. We can get like fishing things, we can get farms, miners, absolutely all sorts of different NPCs that will do things for you in the exchange for just feeding them. And they feed themselves. It's much like the scrap. It literally just pays for itself after like minutes. It's such a good mod. We will have to build a place for them though. So I haven't got the right amount of leather and I haven't got the right amount of iron, which means I need to go kill a cow and dig. Oh no, we got one of these guys. You know, ooh. Wow, we're strong. So we came across one of these guys quite early on, and as soon as I hit it, it disappeared. I'm guessing that's going to happen again. What were they called? trying to tell us? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, this thing's getting a bit hostile. We can't hit it. We did hit it. Disappeared. Okay. Here we go. We got some iron in this cave here. I guess we would. Just grab what we can of this. We'll have to set up the good old quarry once again. I might set it up over that hill and just hope for the best. Maybe the thing will clear itself. One way or another though, we need it. Right, so I can see a cow in the distance. I'm just going to get enough leather to build this book. But I will need to come back and get some more cows because I destroyed my bloody glider in that scrapping thing. That was a bad move. Get inside. Right. Now we should have enough stuff to make this book. And we also need a research table. Let's put the recipe in there. We need iron, gold, a crafting bench and a chest. Shouldn't be too hard. So let's just grab these and stick these into the recipe. Wrong. Let's see what we've done wrong. Absolutely nothing. We've done nothing wrong. I'm guessing it doesn't accept some of this stuff from whatever mod they're from. So let's just try it again with normal stuff. I don't see why I would have a problem with that. It's base Minecraft. I'm going to need to... I need to use another crafting bench for this though, so why not use the one that we just built? Give it purpose before I stick it in the scrap. Now we don't need a chest. That's not something we need. We needed a crafting bench, like so, and one block of wood at top. There we go, our research station. Let's put in some more stuff in here that we don't really need. For example, I have like a ton of bows over here, and I'm sure I'll use them one day, but we don't need this many, and they're not that hard to make. And now we've got 9 scrap, 9 debris. If I go into the crafting table, I make 1 block of scrap, which I can't do anything with because the generator's covered. If I just quickly drop that down and go into here, I could put the block of scrap. So now I've put that in there, we should have enough power, or that should keep going for long enough to just fill this up a little bit more and fill up everything around it. And that should give us enough power to do some different things with. I'll be able to set up a better system. That sentence was really rubbish. Let's get back to Ancient Warfare anyway. So I've got my research table, I've got my research book, and just to save on room, I'm going to go ahead and put it over here somewhere. We've got a bit of space here, so let's stick it here. Right, so the main thing that we want to do Ancient Warfare for is farms and maybe storage for the time being as well. They do a really cool warehouse where you can put everything in. So there's a couple of different things I need to do to get those, and they're all in the book, all in the table. Let's see if we can work this out. So you see a long list of things to research. I'm going to start with farming. That's definitely something I want to research into. Now by clicking on farming, you'll notice it's given me these 2 things here. If I want to research farming, I've got to first research invention and agriculture. So I'm like, okay, fine. Let's have a look at invention. I can research that, sure. And farming again, probably also need to research agriculture. Again, that's fine. So I can get started on that straight away by putting the book in here, just in research notes, and these are actually the first 3 things already in there. So the first thing I need to do is just select what I want first on my research notes, and as you can see, I've added agriculture, and now agriculture is in here. It tells me what items I need: sticks, string, and wheat, and also torches. I can stick a variety of different crap in here, and if it's the right stuff, it will pull it out and add it to this, and we will have that thing researched. Now I'm going to try and quickly do this before the episode ends, just the one thing, just so you get an idea. Let's add all the things that we need. You can add more than you need, just to keep it in there. I remember doing this mod before, and I needed quite a bit of gold, and I just ended up storing my gold in here. So there you go. Now you've just noticed a load of things have been taken, the research is in progress, and momentarily, bang, the research is done. And a bit weird, right? So I've come over here to grab some iron from the smeltery, and that's because now that we've got the research complete, we need an engineer's table to build what we've researched. So similar sort of setup to the research table, but this time with a hell of a lot more iron. Luckily we only got some, so let's go ahead and build this quickly. 1 chest, 1 crafting table, and 1 block of wood. Now we have our engineer station. I'm going to go put this down next to the research table, and I'll show you the next step of ancient warfare. So we take the book, which has now got the research in, and we can put the book in here. Now the way this works, it's pretty similar to a crafting bench, but it will only accept the recipe once the thing's been researched. So we're able to build a crop farm now, which is just simply wood, a chest, a hoe made of iron, and some wooden gears, which there's a few different recipes for, like so. Well, I'm not going to build that today. I'm going to probably wait until next episode, where we could probably have like a whole ancient warfare episode in itself. Between episodes I'm going to set up the scrap chest automated system with hoppers and whatnot. I'm going to sort through these chests, try and get a bit more organisation, maybe add a few more things into the research. If not, I'll do that next time with you guys on camera. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time in an unexpected quest. Goodbye! And if we add the carrots into this, basically that's like a food storage for him, and if we drop him down just by right clicking, the game will crash.